Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. I'm recording this video on the day that the Craft Jordan 3s in the ivory colorway dropped. This is a shoe I was really pumped for. I didn't get EA, but they had a lot of pairs sitting at my local Finish Line, so I was able to grab a pair. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Craft Jordan 3s in the ivory colorway. Alright, so like we've been getting with 3s, we've got the elephant print on one side, and then the box is kind of color coordinated to the shoes. One thing that's different about these is the fact that it's got the dual branding on the box, just like we'll see on the heel tab as well. I don't mind this, but there is a detail on the tongue that I really don't care for, but I kind of like the way that this looks. But anyhow, you see in gray it says Nike, and then you've got like this cream colored Jumpman over top of it. And like I said, the box just matches the shoes, and I always like it whenever they do that. I am still having difficulty seeing, so I'm hoping that I'll get this in frame, but just bear with me. I'll do the best that I can doing this blind. The tag reads Air Jordan 3 Retro Craft. The colors are ivory, gray mist, and cream. I got these in a size 10.5 like I usually do with 3s. The retail price for these was $210. I used a $20 off status reward, so I got them for $190 plus tax. That's enough of that box. I think these are beautiful. I love the colors of these. I think they're really wearable. I think it'll be easy to match outfits to. The quality is there, and I think with spring coming on the horizon, I think throwing these together with some pastel outfits and that kind of stuff, just some nice light colors, I think these are great. This is definitely a pair that I wanted as soon as I saw images of them, and now having them in hand, I'm really glad I was able to get them easily. I'm not sure if they sold out. I don't think that they did. The way I saw, it looked like all people were saying that this was a hard pass. I'm sure in the comments there's going to be a couple simpletons that say bricks, like I care about that. I think these look great. The grays, the creams. I even like that aged looking rubber that we have for the heel tab, and then the outsole as well. I just think it complements the colors really nicely. I actually prefer these over the Craft Olive 4s. I think with the 4s, there were a lot of panels that it was like, what the heck were they thinking? And with this pair, the only little area that makes me think that is just this little hit of gray suede that's over top of those eye stays. But I don't really mind that. It doesn't look out of place, and it doesn't like jump out at you, but just that's a little piece of fabric that I don't think that they needed on the shoe. I really wasn't sure how I'd feel about having the extra panel underneath of that elephant print, but once you get it in hand, it really is low-key. I just think that it's done tastefully, so it doesn't look like there's too much going on, and it does stay true to the Jordan 3. It doesn't look like something different. As soon as you see this, you're able to tell that is a Jordan 3. And as I said before, the colors are just beautiful to me, so I'm really glad that I could add these to the collection. Looking at the outsole, you can see that the perimeter is like a translucent rubber. It is kind of a yellow color, but it doesn't look like they tried to distress these. It actually just looks like they tried to make it a color to go with the rest of the shoe. A lot of times whenever you get icy outsoles, this is the color that they'll end up turning, but I don't think this looks like they were pre-aged. I just think it looks like the color goes with the rest of the shoe. In the forefoot, we have some gray areas where we have our pivot points. Then we've got white at the midfoot and some Jordan branding in that gray as well. And as we come up to the midsole, we can see that that yellow rubber meets a white midsole, and it's also got some areas of cream colored paint, and the paint looks really clean. And of course, we get that visible air unit that we're used to getting on 3s. I haven't been able to see any QC issues on this pair. Of course, my vision isn't really good, so there might be something blatant, but I don't see anything jumping out at me. As we get to the upper of the shoe, we have that elephant print, and we see that on the mudguard area. And like I noted before, there's this extra panel underneath of it, and it's just a fuzzy suede. It's the same stuff that we see up here on the eye stays as well, but it really just gives it a little border effect, and it looks really clean. It's not too busy in my opinion. I wasn't sure how I'd like it in person, but now that I see it, it looks really nice. And this elephant print is in like a light gray color, and it seems like it's got like cream accents on it. So instead of just being like gray and black, it's a light gray and it has cream accents, and I think that looks pretty cool. We see more of that elephant print at the base of the heel, and once again we see that suede kind of making a little border effect back there. And just like on the front, I think it looks clean. I don't think it's too busy. I think it came out really well. As we're used to seeing on threes, we have this panel that is really smooth leather, and that's just in a nice white color. And at the base of the upper, this material, I really like this. It's a smooth leather. It does have a little bit of texture on it, but it's not like a really excessive tumble, and it feels really nice to the touch. I would compare this material to the material that we got on the reimagined white cement Jordan 3s from last year. I think it's a really nice material. I think it'll age really well, and it definitely feels like they gave us good materials on this one. Up around the collar, we have some white leather that has all those little perforations like we're accustomed to seeing on Jordan 3s. We also see that white leather with the perforations for the base of the tongue, and we also get it here by the eye stays, but it is kind of covered up by that gray suede panel that we don't usually see. Then we have some translucent yellowed plastic for the eyelets here halfway up the shoe. And then we've just got a cream plastic hit for the eyelets at the very top. At the top of the tongue, we have the dual Jumpman. I really don't know how I feel about that. I'm not a huge fan of it, but because these colors are so kind of low-key, it's not like it's real blatant and loud, but I would probably just go with one Jumpman on the shoe if I had my preference, but that's not a deal breaker to me. The gray one is embroidered on, and then the cream colored one, it just looks like it's printed on. And once again, here's a close-up look of that heel tab, and that is that translucent yellowed rubber, so you can see through there and you can see the Nike branding underneath of it, but on the top it's got a Jumpman and some Air branding as well. And I actually like that detail, whereas I don't care for the two Jumpman tongue. I really do like the dual branding that we have on the heel. I think in person that looks really nice. It looks like we've got a light gray sock liner, and this kind of has the cottony feel. It's not satin or anything. It feels more like the old school Jordan 3s. Down on the insole, it's a gray color as well, and it's got a white or a cream colored Jumpman down there. But that was a pretty quick look at these. I really love this pair. I think they'll be easy to wear with just about anything. Let me know what you all think about them, and if you grabbed a pair or if you passed. I know a lot of people are just waiting for the Bred 4s, and there's no shame in that at all. I wanted to kind of keep my Finish Line account active, and I'm always a fan of gaining points right before a big drop like that, because I'm hoping to get EA for in-store and maybe even a pair for ship to me as well. I appreciate y'all watching tremendously, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.